This ain't no suicide poem. This ain't the story of a girl that writes a poem and kills herself and everyone comes flocking to finally listen. I promise this ain't no 13 Reasons Why bullshit. In Black households, if you have food in your stomach, clothes on your back, and a roof over your head, you ain't got nothing to cry about. So like I said, this ain't no suicide poem. This poem is more like a deadly itch that for whatever reason, only sharp objects can relieve or relax. I never apply enough pressure to actually see blood. It's just that something about the ideation really hits the spot. And I know what you're thinking. This is starting to sound like a depression poem, but really I think I'm just tired. So I think about sleeping a lot, which admittedly turns into thinking about death a lot, but not in the sad way. Kind of in the way that us lower class dream about becoming millionaires, how we fantasize about how things would be so much easier if we didn't have all these problems, but we know it's not likely to happen. Not to us. See, the difference between this and a suicide poem is that, well, I mean, I love myself and I love my family, so this can't be a suicide poem, right? It's just that walking outside has become like walking on a minefield, and I'm not sure if high self-esteem is enough to protect me from what's going to blow up next, so I tiptoe around like my family tiptoes around this subject. And I heard once that truth is the only safe ground to stand upon, but truth is, standing is lonely. And I only feel safe in bed with the lights off, Netflix asking if I'm still watching, but I'm not sure if I ever was. And because the lights are off, I don't see when depression creeps in the bed with me, wraps its arms around me and asks me why I never take her outside. And to her I always reply, because this can't be no depression poem. See, depression will give you something to cry about. It just won't tell you what it is, so you can't talk about it. We always talk about how what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but we never talk about how what doesn't kill you comes back and makes you wish it did. We never talk about how what tries to kill you will come back under a million different names, causing you to keep scratching and scratching and scratching until you dig up enough flesh to justify your pain. All while your family looks at you in your eyes and tell you to be ashamed. They will tell you that you need to fight. They will tell you were born so your ancestors' dreams could stay alive. But I hate the idea that my ancestors died running for freedom with blood on their feet just for my generation to wake up in contentment with basic human needs. Food, water, and a place to sleep will never be enough to save the 300 million and counting suffering from this deadly disease. But like I said, this ain't no suicide poem. This is a first in my bloodline to acknowledge the bleeding poem. I'm hoping that addressing the wound will save me before I become the exact thing that blows up next.